Wait, let me see how much. There's something I know that's yeah. I just donate something to my brother's account.
Unsubscribe to John Tice.
But we can't like that, right? No, I'll never forget the game on Bro, the door just killed me. They're gonna get
Right.
Eu não Okay, the other thing right now. Aquele barulho verde, não. Olha lá na remix. The thing that happened. He's happening. Let's go. That's it now. Lying about one. Man, whatever that girl you should have. The woman that hooked their head, I thought her hooked their might be the queen. He didn't kill the king. Nobody killed the king. I know it. The king wasn't the king. No, I had until he fought there. I killed him. Who killed her? I know why I said that was the only thing the whole time. I'm gonna charge my bedroom because I'm too. There ain't no thing like that. These are so cute. Team Andy Max, these are adorable too.
Watching that ball, did it right here. And I got my hands here. And oh, man, no, what's wrong with you, son?
For this recipe and more ways to be your best, go to Disney.com/beinspired.
What?
Use your imagination to build all kinds of fun. Sponsored Disney Channel. Time for adventure. Take a nap or study a battle. Money bin or party bin. Bring it out your ball. Looks like a toy. Tonight at 8 on
Does it or her? Nope. Okay.
I hope y'all don't pull it up again. Y'all used to let me out. Usually, like I said, I was gonna do. Get in here.
He immediately goes to Greenman Elementary School, the last place Jim saw his son.
When we get to the school, we were able to obtain video surveillance that showed that Amy had checked out Timothy. Amy was by herself. She did not appear to be under any kind of duress. She seems happy to see her. She seems happy to see him. Again, there doesn't
Fuck, I ain't brought me goddamn phone.
Finding nothing helpful at the school, Octavio widens his net.
So the first thing we try and do is find out.
Fuck, got my goddamn phone dirty and mild as hell.
See if they've been in contact with Amy. At that point, no one had. We knew that she had a cell phone, so we contacted the cell phone company. Unfortunately, Amy had powered off her cell phone, so they were unable to give us any kind of location on it.
So you're flying blind at that point.
Correct.
Meanwhile, a tense 24 hours turns into an unbearable 2 days for Amy's family and friends. No one, not even those closest to her, has any idea why Amy took Timothy or where they could have gone.
I called and I just left them a voicemail. I said, I don't care where you are or what you're doing, just call me so I know you're okay.
And she gave no inkling that this is what she was planning to do.
Nope, I had no clue. I was with her for a whole week. Nothing.
I call her all day long. I feel upset. Good. Where's the desk? Are you okay? Is Tim okay? Just call me, tell me that you're okay. If you're mad at me, tell me why you're mad at me. I'm thinking, what's going on? It's never been like that before, never done anything like that before. I'm just totally in shock, I guess. Then, finally, on Friday the 13th, a lucky break. After 3 days without any contact, Amy starts reaching out. One of the people she contacts is her mother.
I yelled at her. What are you doing? This is so stupid. Amy, this is crazy behavior. You need to call the police. We're all so worried. Just come home. I will, Mom. And I told her I loved her.
Police say Amy made 2 other calls. One Amy called to contact police immediately after hanging up.
They all said it sounded like she was calling from a vehicle, that they could hear the traffic noise, and it sounds like that would come from a car. They could hear Timothy in the background playing what maybe it was on an iPad or some sort of playing a game. Did not seem under distress.
And so when you heard this, what did that tell you at that stage in this investigation?
It was reassuring that everyone that she made contact with indicated that I will be returning home, just needed to take a break. Timothy was fine. And so it kind of gives you a sense of calm that, okay, good. She's reached out to her family. It seems like this whole thing is going to be resolving itself shortly.
Cutavious prediction couldn't have been more wrong. The next morning, he receives an unexpected call from Rockford PD. He gets the heartbreaking news. Amy is found dead.
When they discovered Amy, when they ran her information, they discovered that she was missing out of Aurora, Illinois. So they contacted our police agency and informed us we recovered a missing person from your jurisdiction and we found her deceased. Of course, our next follow-up question is, did you locate Timothy? And they informed us that that Timothy was not seen there.
What was your reaction to that?
Oh, my heart dropped.
Cutavious rushes to the scene to learn even more disturbing news. Rockford PD confirms Amy took her own life in an extremely violent way.
They found that she had committed suicide by cutting her wrists open. And they also noted the suicide note the left had seen.
Cutavious eagerly reads the note, hoping to find some answers. But like almost everything else in this case, the note just raises more questions. Can you summarize what that note said?
She indicated that Timothy was somewhere safe with people who would love and care for him, and that we would never find him.
It was like getting shot in both eyes at the same time. I mean, most people can't even dream up something like this. Like, what's the worst thing that could happen? Well, you know, you hear of kids committing suicide, that's horrible. But to give your child away and then he'll never be found? Amy, how'd you come up with this?
Horrifying. I just cried. Swore at her a little bit. Like, where's our son? What'd you do with Tim? I mean, she just got back from vacation. She was in a very happy mood. And all of a sudden, down and everything ended. So it was just more devastating than anything else. Where's Tim at? Is Tim okay? Investigators are asking the same question. And after locating Amy's blue SUV in the motel parking lot, they may have stumbled on an unsettling answer.
I was looking at the back seat and I noticed a couple of these slim lines, and the evidence technician took a sample of it and told me it's actually human blood. I know they kept car seats back there, and obviously that's where Timothy would typically ride in. That blood was then tested against Timothy's DNA, and it turned out to be Timothy's blood.
Stay with us.
When I received the diagnosis, I knew at that exact moment, whatever it takes, wherever I have to go, I knew. My main focus was to find a team of doctors that work together.
When a patient comes to CTCA, they're meeting a team of physicians that specialize in the management of cancer.
Breast cancer treatment is continuing to evolve, and I would say that CTCA is definitely on the cusp of those changes.
Patients can be overwhelmed. We really focus on taking the time with each individual patient so that they can choose the treatment appropriate for them.
The care that CTCA brings is the kind of care I've always wanted for my patients. Being able to spend time with them, have a whole team to look after them is fantastic.
I empower women with choices. And it's not just picking a surgeon, it's picking the care team and feeling secure where you are.
Surround yourself with a team of breast cancer experts at Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Visit cancercenter.com/breast. Appointments available now.
Advil presents a big breakthrough in pain relief. Advil Liquigels Minis, a mighty small pill with concentrated power that works at liquid speed. You'll ask, what pain? Advil Liquigels Minis.
Yeah. It's waiting for it. Alright. I have instructions settled and I need cash now. Call JG Whiteworth 877 cash now. I have annuity, but I need cash now. Call JG Whiteworth 877 cash now. Ooh.
never receive a bill. The only thing we had to worry about was just keeping Azalea comfortable. St. Jude saved her life, and it saved us as a family.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Affiliated or acting on behalf of any government agency.
Which one of them chaps cut the goddamn water on?
Yeah, no.
Ain't nobody cut it on. Nah. Somebody had to go back there and cut it on. I didn't know that. I went out there because I had them came home and left, and I came right on well, I was stopped at the liquor store and I came on to the house. I ain't noticed the shit. Then I left back out again and go cash in my tickets. I said, well, I'll put these trash cans up. And I'm like, God damn, now where this water come from? Ain't nobody cut it on.
Yeah, right. It was like that yesterday.
May 14th,
that's fucked up.
Those boys make sure they cut their water off if they're going to clean, you know, they spraying each other and shit.
Yeah.
Cut it off just to have it running.
Until she opened the door to room 108
So
and stumbled on the body of Amy Pitson.
Oh, no.
Missing for 3 days, dead by her own hand. Aurora, Illinois Detective Lee Catavia has other priorities. Finding Amy's 6-year-old son, Timothy.
She indicated that Timothy was somewhere safe with people who would love and care for him, and that we would never find him. It was very concerning.
Even more concerning, blood, identified as Timothy's, found in the back seat of Amy's SUV, parked just outside her hotel room door.
They told you at one point that they found blood in the back seat. When you first heard that, what went through your mind? She killed him in the back seat. She killed him.
Timothy's father immediately thought the worst. But Catavia, an experienced investigator, doesn't jump to such horrific conclusions.
Oh, was this a heavy mistake?
No, it was a large, I would say, a fist size pool of blood, and that some of which had maybe trickled in between the scenes. I've worked homicide cases.
I guess so, because they had walked back up. Yeah, with them girls.
Okay,
if they figured out I was mad, if they get their ass back down the way, I know that's real. Bad Betty. Him with them. Michelle had dropped her off when I was going back around there to pick up my
There's a
Avon.
couple spots on the seat, and there's some on the
She had to go for orientation for that,
the year before, I had a really bad
well, go to school.
car. I mean, filled up a couple washcloths of blood, and I attributed the blood in the backseat to the blood.
He had to go to orientation for school.
He's still alive. He's out there.
Everyone that I've spoken to comments
Yeah, he had to go to her orientation.
was with Timothy and how she delivered him. And we have no evidence that says he met with any kind of harm.
Catavia is convinced Timothy is alive, and thanks to Amy's note, he believes Amy handed her son off. But handed off to who? And where is he now? It's an Amber Hot missing child case, and time is the enemy.
We immediately contacted the National Center for Missing
You ended up with some work, didn't you?
Who sent out
I didn't see that.
We created some flyers with information, pictures, distributing
You said you canceled it.
all the truck stops and gas stations and everywhere else.
You said you're getting ready to.
Licenses, communicate with all the local police departments to be on the lookout for this missing child. I mean, we basically spread the word far and high as best we could.
In order to move forward with the search, Catavia needs to go back, using receipts found in Amy's car and motel room, security camera footage, and multiple eyewitness accounts. Catavia traces Amy's minute-by-minute movements over the 3 days she was missing. Thanks to this sign-out sheet and surveillance video, investigators know
Think your
Amy
TV
checked
down?
Timothy out of school
Or
at
you texting
8:35 in the morning
Oh.
on Wednesday, May 11th.
From there, she goes to an auto shop in the LaGrange, Brookfield area and has her vehicle serviced. She asked the service attendants if they could give her a ride to the Brookfield Zoo while the car's being serviced, and they do that. They then arrange transportation to go pick them up and return them back to the service station. From there, they travel up to the Key Lime Cove in Gurnee, Illinois.
What kind of place is Key Lime Cove?
Key Lime Cove is a water park resort. So a family-oriented place, lots of water slides and pools and things that children like. They stayed the night there.
Kotygi was able to confirm Timothy is with Amy thanks to this surveillance video obtained from Key Lime Cove.
So this is over at the Key Lime Cove. This is on May the 11th. They're heading towards their room that they've checked into.
This is Wednesday night.
Correct.
What seems interesting to me in this video is I see Timothy. He seems really excited
Right.
about being at this water park, which leads me to believe he has no idea what's coming.
At a glance, everything just seems to be normal. A mother with her child checking him into a hotel.
Amy and Timothy can be seen here, checking out the next morning.
What?
Then the two
Tad.
continue their adventure.
Hot and Tad.
Amy bought some toys for Timothy in Racine, Wisconsin, before checking into a second water park, the Kalahari Resort in the Wisconsin
You gotta
Dells.
figure out what we eat.
What you want? I can run and get some.
The video of Amy and Timothy at the Kalahari Resort is the most significant piece of surveillance video yet.
This is what we probably think is our last known sighting of the two of them together as we were checking out the Kalahari Resort.
And guess what I really want
They
is
were
some
still
of them
together
noodles
the next day via their
King
telephone
Buffet.
conversations.
Super King.
As she was driving through the
I will go up there and get what you get something to go up there to stay and eat.
Precisely.
Sit down and eat.
Surveillance camera.
Ain't nobody
On
here though.
Friday the 13th, Amy
Mm.
and Timothy check out of the
I can make the mile come in this house and
back to Illinois.
I didn't even ask Michelle what time because I was pulling off.
Amy starts
I asked her where was she going. She said drop her off. I said what you dropping her off for? Then when she said she was going to orientation, I ain't asked her how long it was gonna be.
Ascertained from Amy that she did not see
And that was like that was before 5 o'clock.
Did who started working anywhere?
He started today. But you know what? I ain't even asked Michelle where he working at.
She's surfacing again in the winter.
I ain't think about he started today.
A small town right next to Rockford.
But take a close look at this video of Amy in the Sullivan Food Mart in Winnebago.
This is the first time in all this entire trip and all the
But Robert said
that Amy is by herself.
I don't know about the other. He said, but he know a Daco and somebody else make them do that. I said, I know that's where they have to dress like for their interviews and going for interviews. He said, cause they done had so many problems with, you know, them sending them people to work and stuff and they, pants all down and shit like that. And I said, oh, I said, cause hell, I thought he was going for, I'm gonna find out where he at though.
It's probably about an hour and a half drive. But it took
Yeah,
her
you don't
6 hours
know,
to get from
I can go get Jamal and make a comment here with them and they sit down cause we don't be up that long. You just want to sit up there and eat.
Timothy off to someone in the middle of these fields. If so, who and where did they take Timothy? When we come back, we talk to Amy's first husband, Mike Nertonsky, one of the last people to speak with Amy before she took her own life. She was still in love with Mike. Oh yeah. Yep. Are you saying she wanted to be with him? Don't go anywhere.
If you want to go up there, I can go on down here and get her.
Dream and take care of my girls. This is the baddest group in the house. World domination, baby. One manicure at a time. Slums premiere Sunday, June 10th at 9 on TNT.
Baby, bring it together. Piece by piece, only way to make a work of art. First of all, you need a good foundation, otherwise it's risky from the start. Takes a little content conversation, no another proper preparation. Average is a vision, no solution. The only thing is putting it together.
Bona makes it easy to care for your hardwood floors, so you can just relax and enjoy. Introducing introducing the next generation Bona spray mop for hardwood floors, featuring a refillable cartridge that clicks into place, bag and bottle technology that prevents pressure loss, and a secondary grip for easier scrubbing. All new from Bona for simply beautiful floors.
My mom's pain from moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis was intense. I wondered if she could do the stuff she does for us, which is kinda a lot. And if that pain could mean something worse.
Joint pain could mean joint damage. Enbrel helps relieve joint pain and helps stop further damage. Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections. Serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections.
Gang come on tonight, don't?
Yeah. Have had hepatitis E.
Well, I know Annie called me. I be want to tell her, you must be awful lonesome if you want to come over here and watch the game. Yeah.
Oh, he just coming over?
I told her I called. Well, she had called me and asked me, was we gonna watch the game? And I told her, I said, I don't know. I told her, I said, James, I said, I'm sure he gonna watch it. And I said, but he ain't here now. I said, he probably out doing some errand. And I told her, I said, he said he didn't have nothing, but I figured somebody would be on call. And she's, huh? Yeah, I told her. She said he gonna watch it at the house or he gonna watch it somewhere else. I said, I just told her, I said, I don't know. I said, he know I don't just be too interested in it. So I said, he might go somewhere else. I don't know. I said, but I don't know what time. I said, he come home. I said, I don't know what time he gonna get here. I said, cause sometimes he get in here late. She said, well, just call me. And I probably come over there and watch the game with y'all. I won't tell her shit. As I'm saying to myself, you ain't gonna get this call. Bathroom dirty.
But finding Timothy is a massive
kitchen, dogs and foots in the yard. I'm like,
and Winnebago, an expansive area of never-ending fields and roads that stretch from horizon to horizon.
Me through everything.
So when I seen her number, I said, Ellie probably trying to, like she did one of her thirds, she probably trying to get to the, casino. That's what I thought about when she called. I said, she probably gonna see if I want to ride down to the casino. And hell, I would never thought she would have said she want to come over here and watch the game. Shit.
Yeah.
You spent so much time.
You must be really want.
I guess you want to get out. Cause I'd rather drive over there and watch the game.
Okay. Exactly. That's what then when she said it was asking about the game, smelling. That's why I thought she was gonna ask. That's what when she asked me about the game, I thought she was gonna ask me, did we want to come over there and watch it? Shit. I sure did. Cause I had thought about hell, I might want to do that. Then when she brought Bad Betty, I was like, cause I didn't even think to ask Michelle what time she can get out of orientation, and I was like, she can take them over her house.
And want me to know how sad and unhappy she truly was.
Walking up the street where?
Oh,
in front of our house.
Yeah. You don't really want to tell your parents, God, I'm miserable, I'm so depressed, I'm a miserable human being here. It's a hard thing to tell you.
I just might know them. They don't go to school with them.
Yeah, see, they must have already lived around here close somewhere. Cause she already knew that oldest girl, that biggest one. So they must have already stayed in the neighborhood. Cause they jumped on that house real quick. Cause that woman that had that for rent sign in that yard on that house, not even some weeks.
He is always smiling, always happy.
But they already went to school around there.
Around the time she divorced her first husband, Mike.
So they must already live in this area.
Taking antidepressant medication. It was also around that time that Amy first contemplated suicide. At one point, she even parked her car on railroad tracks, only to change her mind and pull away at the last second.
I never knew about that attempt. She never told me. I never knew that one. I knew she was depressed, but I don't know if she ever quite told her mom how bad things were. She was masterfully deceitful at that point.
While Amy puts on a good face for her family, there is one person Amy is able to open up to when she is down and at her lowest. Her first husband, Mike Natonsky.
Oh, well, she's talking to her first husband. She never got him out of her system. She'd go see him.
You think she was still in love with him?
Uh-huh. First love, hard to get over.
And remember, the day Amy killed herself, Amy didn't talk to her husband Jim, but did talk to Mike. So what's the story between Amy and her first husband? I sat down with Mike Natonsky, hoping to get some insight into Amy and what she possibly could have done with Timothy. How did you guys meet?
Amy and I met in high school. She was a few years behind me. She was a nice girl. I mean, very, very friendly, very outgoing. Just someone you like being around.
After high school, Mike joins the Army, and Amy attends Iowa State. The two remain close and are married Amy's sophomore year. But the union is short-lived.
We were together for a little over a year. We actually got divorced in 1991 after I had returned from the Gulf War. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was gone quite a bit. Ultimately, she filed for divorce, and that was that.
Mike says he is shell-shocked when Amy walks out of his life, but is equally taken aback 10 years later when she walks right back in.
I was living and working in Salt Lake City. She, I believe at the time, was living in Iowa. And she had called me and said, I'm having some problems, I need some advice. And I don't know what to do. I tried to help her out as best I could on the phone. And the next day she called me and she said, well, I'm here in Salt Lake.
What? Just like that?
Just like that.
Still single, Mike and Amy again become close, but this time as trusting friends. Mike moves back to the Midwest and says Amy continues to seek him out for advice, calling or stopping by for a visit when she becomes overwhelmed and depressed. So you guys are friends at this point. Was there any sort of
I think the subject of maybe trying to get something going again may have been broached once or twice, but ultimately it was decided that we were probably better off as friends, or we made better friends than we made a couple. She got married, and I was always happy for her because she seemed like she was having a good life.
It sounds like you were just trying to be a friend for her. You could be there when she needed you, but not to pry.
I never stopped caring deeply for her. And I always wanted to be there for her if she needed a friend, a shoulder to cry on.
But what Mike doesn't know is that Amy is keeping her visits secret from Jim. That is, until Jim catches Amy red-handed. Jim says Amy told him she planned on spending a weekend out of town for a bachelorette party, when in reality, she's making another unannounced visit to Mike.
It was one of those, knock on the door and, holy cow, what are you doing here? I'm having problems, I need help. Okay, come on in, let's talk it over.
Jim is dropping Timothy off for a weekend visit with his grandmother when he gets word Amy never made it to the party.
I'm on the phone. Where are you? Call her. I go, where are you? I'm at my friend's house in Ohio. I'm like, you didn't tell me you had any friends in Ohio. I found out that it was her ex-husband.
Alana will never forget how Jim blew up and started ranting.
Jim sat in my kitchen and said, I'll have her committed. I'll have her son taken away. She'll never see her child again.
I will have her committed?
Yes, and she'll never see her child again. And he admits that he said that.
I wasn't very happy. I go, you make a decision on what you want. You can be with him or me and Tim. I'll fight for custody of Tim. And I'll make sure that you don't get it. Because I bring up her past relationship and say she's not a fit mom.
So this wasn't her bringing up, I want a divorce to you. This was, if you want to be with him, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah, there's the door, get out. And I'll get a divorce. I will legally make sure that I get custody of Tim.
Liz thinks fear of losing Timothy set Amy on a downward spiral, one she never recovered from.
I keep telling her, no judge is going to take Tim away from you. And, she said, but he keeps banging that into my head.
So you think him threatening to take Timothy away was the catalyst?
Well, she had many other problems, but that was enough for her to be done. I think the thought of her losing Tim, that was just the thread that she was hanging on to stay alive.
Maybe Amy's fear of losing Timothy led her to take her son away. But maybe not. The Detective Catavio has explored this and countless other theories, but has found no evidence as to what Amy's motives were for taking Timothy away from his family.
How odd does it seem to you that this woman could carry out this plan and no one in the family would have any idea this was coming?
I guess it's very odd, but I spent a lot of the time in this case trying to crawl into Amy's mind and to figure out what was going on, and I haven't had much luck in that endeavor, really. She made a very good impression on all those people that she touched, but no one saw this coming. No one knows what she did. No one knows what she was thinking or why she would do it.
When we come back, the search for Timothy continues, and a desperate father tries to pick up the pieces.
If I knew what it was, I could get him. I'd do just about anything to get back.
Stay with us.
Today we're opening more than 150,000 locations called Domino's Hotspots. You can finally get Domino's delivered to every single one of them. Get 2 vegan, 2 topping pizzas delivered for $5.99 each.
Domino's Hotspots. Delivery to parks, beaches, and other outdoor locations near you.
Depression is not just sadness.
It's a tangle of symptoms.
It's tiredness and difficulty concentrating. Depression is multiple symptoms that can hold you back. My doctor prescribed Trintellix, a prescription medicine for depression.
Trintellix may help you take a step forward in improving your depression. Tell your healthcare professional right away if your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Do not take with MAOIs. Tell your healthcare professional about your medications, including migraine, psychiatric, and depression medications, to avoid a potentially life-threatening condition. Increased risk of bleeding or bruising may occur, especially if taken with NSAID pain relievers, aspirin, or blood thinners. Manic episodes or vision problems may occur in some people, may cause low sodium levels. The most common side effects were nausea, constipation, and vomiting. Ask your doctor if it's time for a change to Trintellix.
Mastering the art of refinement. One dark chocolate rises above the rest. Lindt Excellence, created by our master chocolatiers. Pure, rich, darkly intense, made like no other. Crafted elegantly thin to reveal complex layers of flavor. Experience excellence with all your senses. And discover chocolate beyond compare. Try Lindt Excellence with a touch of sea salt.
When I received the diagnosis, I knew at that exact moment, whatever it takes, wherever I have to go, I'm beating this. My main focus was to find a team of doctors that work together.
When a patient comes to CTCA, they're meeting a team of physicians that specialize in the management of cancer.
Breast cancer treatment is continuing to evolve, and I would say that CTCA is definitely on the cusp of those changes.
Patients can be overwhelmed. We really focus on taking the time with each individual patient so that they can choose the treatment appropriate for them.
The care that CTCA brings is the kind of care I've always wanted for my patients. Being able to spend time with them, have a whole team to look after them is fantastic.
I empower women with choices. It's not just picking a surgeon, it's picking the care team and feeling secure where you are.
Surround yourself with a team of breast cancer experts at Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Visit cancercenter.com/breast. Appointments available now.
Wiggle your ears. You're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. You're happy and you know it. Wiggle your ears.
When we moved, we didn't have anything, so we used OfferUp, a free app that let us find awesome things our neighbors were selling. It was a great way to furnish our home and get to know our new city.
Now we have lots of furniture and a lot of new friends too.
OfferUp is free to use. Find anything you want nearby.
Yeah. It's when it works. Alright. I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call JG Whiteworth, 877 cash now. I have a million, but I need cash now. Call JG Whiteworth, 877 cash now. Cash now. Call JG Whiteworth, 877 cash now. Call now.
Let's keep the savings going during Ashley
Ashley Home Store's biggest Memorial Day sale ever, now extended.
Did Ashley get here before you left?
Interest for 6 years.
Yeah.
Ashley Home Store, this is home.
Yeah, I know, because he had said he had went out there and got in the truck and was backing up, and I said, "Where you going?" I said, "I thought you had to be at work till 8 or whatever time." He said, "Ain't you got to get out?" Cause hell, I wasn't thinking. And I said, "Well, damn." I said, "Yeah." He said, and I told him Ashley had called, and I told her she better bring her butt home. So she gonna do like Ricky's daughter did. She gonna go down to the shelter, let them put her in a hotel, and move out there in North Haven. He said it's supposed to be ready in a few more weeks. He said. And what he said, something was wrong, something, I don't know. But I told him, I said, shit, there's enough of us in here. Now, he said he going around there to the Willow Lake. Yeah.
Somewhere out here, somewhere in these endless fields, out of view of the scattered farmhouses, on the side of one of these endless county roads. It's somewhere out here.
I told him he can't stay here.
That investigators think
I told him he can't stay here. I mean, not let leave it here, you know. If you're going to be gone a matter of weeks, you can't just, you know what I'm saying? I told him, I said, shit. He come out.
The past 4 years to search for this little lost boy.
To say that there's been no stone unturned would be an understatement.
He said going around there to Willow Lake.
We can do to try and figure this out. Every day that he doesn't reach out, I'm concerned. Every day that goes on, it gets worse and worse. But all we can do is remain hopeful that at some point he will reach out, or we'll get that tip that will lead us right to where he's at.
Using cutting-edge technology, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children produced an age progression photo, a best guess as to what 11-year-old Timothy might look like today.
How useful has that been to this investigation? It's been very useful. A lot of our tips have actually come from someone seeing a picture on social media. I've had cases where someone said, "Oh, another kid in my child's school who looks very similar to that age progression photo." So it's been really helpful keeping the case out there, keeping it fresh in people's minds.
Timothy has been missing for over 4 years, but Catayou is not giving up hope.
I've had tips out of California, I've had tips out of Washington State, I've had tips out of Florida, and we've had a lot of instances where we thought, okay, we're going to be getting
I'm going to go see what these kids at. Look, we're going to stay up there, right?
It is frustrating.
Yeah, we won't be up there long. It's time for
we're going to get more information, and this case is going to get solved. You just have to keep working on it.
Meanwhile, all Timothy's family can do
maybe she'll probably be made it back before we get back.
All these years later, Timothy's grandmother, Alana, still doesn't understand why Amy would destroy her family.
Our beloved grandson. I mean, he wasn't
Pete, wash my hand.
grandson. I had him a lot.
Get my little scratch off.
Spent a lot of time together. I was two people I loved at one time.
Just days after Amy killed herself, her mother received a letter from her daughter. In it, Amy tries to explain her brash and hurtful actions, but even today, it does little to comfort Alana.
She said she was sorry. She was sorry that this would hurt me, but that she just couldn't see anything else to do. And she had tried really hard to be a happy and successful person, and her life just it wasn't going well, and she couldn't leave Jim with Tim because she was afraid he would hurt him because of her choices, and she couldn't take that chance. And he would be well loved and well cared for, and she hoped I could forgive her someday and not get in trouble with that one. I'm not that good a Christian, I guess.
Do you forgive her? Or killing herself or taking Tim?
Either.
No. I mean, Her life ended way too short. She tore Tim away from everybody he ever knew, and everybody that loved him.
Why do you think she did it?
I mean, I have no idea. She could have been mad, angry, upset. She could have had delusions that I was going to hurt Tim or something. So I don't know.
Did you ever abuse Tim?
No, neither one of us ever abused Tim. He got a timeout. Time wants to work for little kids. Tim should be with me, and his grandma, and his grandparents, and everybody else.
And what would you want to say to him?
Come home. Pick up the phone, dial 911. Tell them who you are.
It's just hard to think that someone is... It's as you say, it's the idea that she loved her son so much, but at the same time would have done something like this.
It's hard to understand it, but I don't really think that it was about Tim at that point. It was Amy was just at the end of the line as far as she saw it, and she just could not go on.
As the sun sets, Alana takes us to a spot under this tree in a nearby park where she's dedicated a tribute to Timothy.
So read this for me.
Timothy Pitson, beloved child, 10/18/04, his birthday. You loved Castle Park. Missing since 5/12/11. Love, your grandma's.
Why did you want to put this bench up in the park?
This was Tim's favorite park. We came here every day, every time he was with me. And I wanted there to be something permanent, just in case I'm no longer around. I bring my lunch, I come here, I talk to him.
Really? What do you say?
I just tell him I love him and to remember all the fun things we did there, and I wish he was out there playing. I just wish he was out there playing.
As of 2016, Timothy Pitson is still missing. In the past few years, we've all heard stories of long-lost children returning to their homes. From Elizabeth Smart to the Cleveland girls to J.C. Dugard. These stories give police and Timothy's family hope that one day he will be found or he'll make an attempt to reach out on his own. I'm John Quinones. Please join us next time for another edition of 2020 Unknown presents Crime.
Coming up on 2020 on Home.
Slenderman.
A 12-year-old girl on a sleepover with two friends, then stabbed 19 times and left for dead. Those friends telling police they wanted to impress a character on the internet, Slenderman. And parents wondering were there signs they missed.
Looking back, I don't think she really made friends that easy.
Morgan didn't do a lot of bullying by the other students. I never would have imagined that my daughter was capable of hurting another person.
Then the girl who survived, and the moment a mother sees her daughter.
She said I wanted to live.
Her family with a message for the world.
We knew that she had the strength, but now I think everybody knows it.
Out of the woods. Welcome to 2020 on OWN. I'm John Quinones. It was a typical Friday night in the small town of Waukesha, Wisconsin. 3 girls celebrating a birthday with roller skating and a sleepover. But what happened the next morning would shock parents everywhere. How could a fictional character named Slenderman drive 2 of the girls to savagely attack their friend? For more than 3 years, David Muir followed the 3 families nearly destroyed by the horror that played out that spring day. In 2018, he brought us this story of one family's resilience and of 2 mothers facing an uncertain future for the daughters they love.
Breaking news, a 12-year-old girl is dead. The girl was lured to the area by two of her classmates who allegedly stabbed her 19 times.
The girl said hope the attack would earn them a home in Slender Man's mansion. Slender Man is a fictional horror character.
We have been there for the journey. Two different mothers, now visiting their daughters, locked up since they were 12.
We try to visit at least once a week. On a good week, I can get up there 2 or 3 times.
Anissa was actually sent to the Washington County Juvenile Detention Facility.
Christy Wire, her daughter, is Anissa.
Most children are only up there for an average of 4 months, and she's been there almost 3 years.
Angie Geyser's daughter, Morgan, who came up with the plan and who held the knife.
The children have no access to the outdoors or even windows to look out of.
In the last 35 months, Anissa's maybe had 40 hours of fresh air.
And there is no physical contact.
I can't wipe away a tear, I can't give her a hug, I can't kiss her.
Their daughters are now teenagers. Anissa is 16, Morgan is 15. They have spent countless hours driving to visit their daughters locked up, trying to wrap their heads around how their two little girls, just 12 years old at the time, could have done something so unimaginable. And all of it began that Friday night. What was the plan for that night?
On Friday nights, Skateland had free pizza, so the girls went a little early and ate dinner and skated.
And the third girl who was with them, Peyton Leitner, also just 12. Stacy and Joe Leitner remember their daughter had been looking forward to it for weeks.
You remember how excited she was that Friday.
Oh my gosh, she was so excited.
Well, over that house, right how I ain't heard no kids sing no goddamn kids.
She was
Get in
blindsided.
my car and ride.
Blindsided by what those two friends had in store, and they've been planning it for months.
I ain't had that long.
Night of skating, they would return
That
to
fucked up my
Morgan's
tear. The mouth, they go somewhere. But still,
I could go there and get something.
just still though, they need to let me know where they at.
Two were plotting against Peyton.
We gonna go with so and so how?
The next morning, Morgan asked if they could go to the park.
Cause that's fucked up.
Well, we were actually, believe it or not, pretty strict parents and didn't.
You know, now I don't know where they at. Who house they over. They don't even need to be wandering around like that.
Yeah. Like I said, they were walking up when I looked out the window.
It would be safe.
Going that fine, one of them damn charges of mine.
Showing up.
I had to end up going down a goddamn
Dropped down to my stomach. Not only were there police in my living room, but they were wearing riot gear.
Across town,